Hey YouTube, pointless to make a cowboy coffee video without my cowboy hat on, right? Anyway, friends of ours have been doing this for years. They've been making cowboy coffee. They live off the grid. I own, you can see here, I own the Neapolitan Flip Drip. I got a couple of these vacuum coffee brewers. I got the state-of-the-art uh, Espro Press. I got some of these. I got the AeroPress. I got a dozen more sitting back there somewhere. I truck sometimes, and I was looking for an excellent way to make a fast cup of coffee in a big truck, going across North America, and a tidy fast cup of coffee. But anyway, friends of ours have been doing this for years, and it's just ordinary cowboy coffee. But the trick of cowboy coffee is to get your grinds to go down. If you can get your grinds to go down, you've got a cup of coffee that's one of the finest. It's just like the finest cup of coffee that you can make in a French press. And you can do this with any size container, you see. So at our house here, we've got a revolving door of maybe 20, 30 guests a week that come through here, or 10 or 15 guests a week that come through here, and everybody wants a cup of coffee. So you can take any size container. You get a good quality certified organic fair trade coffee, and you just pour this in, but you don't fill the container entirely. That's the key here. The real key is don't fill the container entirely. Give it a little stir, and then wipe off your super duper stirring spoon. Nice long stirring spoon. Here's the key, one of the keys. There's other ways to do this, and I happen to luck out. We happen to luck out because my wife is a potter. But this is a drizzle pot. You see that? Just a little drizzle pot. You would use that for drizzling olive oil at the table. You'd use it as a creamer. You can use this to pour dry goods like sugar or something like that. In this case, it has a wee bit of cool or cold water in it. It doesn't really matter. What matters is to break up the surface tension here on the surface of this coffee. So all my grinds are sitting at the top there, and normally I would let that steep. I like about a 4-minute steep, and then you just from a nice high place, you just drizzle in a thin stream of cold water, and you'll be amazed what's going to happen, because as you have that thin stream of water going in there, you're breaking up the surface tension of your liquid. And so 90% of your coffee grinds, maybe 95% of your coffee grinds are going to start to fall to the bottom, and the cold water helps that happen. So at this point, I didn't bring a cup here. You might have one of these, and you might not have one of these. These are readily available. Oh, look, I do have a cup here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chug down about half this cup of coffee that's here. Oh, see what I mean? My wife is a potter. Would you look at that? That's a hand-warming mug right there. She calls it a cuddle mug. I just call it awesome. Anyway, I'm going to chug down some of this coffee here. And I'm just going to see, because that wasn't a 4-minute steep, But I'm just going to see what I got here. Okay, so out of all the coffee that I put in there, I got probably about a 1/4 teaspoon here of grinds. Doesn't show very well, but there's very little grinds there. And if I had let that steep for about 4 minutes with the lid on, then there would be almost no grinds there when I do the drizzle trick. So the point of all this is that you don't need $800 worth of coffee making equipment. You don't need the latest and greatest and the finest. This Cowboy Coffee was as good a cup of coffee as anything that you're going to get out of a French press. You're going to control the water temperature, so you decide how strong it's going to be. You're going to decide the temperature, the water temperature, the duration of the steep, and you're going to get an excellent cup of coffee out of this. And the only problem there ever was with Cowboy-Coffee was getting the grinds to go down. Now, if you're making this cup of coffee like I would on the road, first thing in the morning, I'm not even going to bother with this drizzle pot here, because I'm going to make the coffee, I'm going to close the thermos and set it aside, and about 3-4 hours later, or 2 hours later, is when I'm going to pour the first cup of coffee. And under those circumstances, I don't need to make the grinds go down, because the grinds will be down at that point. So that's all I wanted to do here today, is that I've spent probably, $3,000 or $4,000 on various coffee toys. And in the end, Kirk, Veronica, love you like crazy. Cowboy-Coffee with the drizzle. Y'all have a good one. Enjoy your coffee.